What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. A blessing has been bestowed upon us over the past 24 hours. Actually, not even the past 24 hours. Today, over the past 3 hours. XRP yet again dropped below $3, giving people the opportunity to invest below $3. And understand that that is a blessing, right? XRP below $3 is a gift. It's an opportunity. It's something that most people in history will envy in time, right? And when I say in history, I genuinely mean in history, right? As time goes on, by the way, XRP will likely only gain value versus the US dollar. It's inevitable, right? It's a deflationary asset. The US dollar is inflationary. And as long as XRP maintains some level of relevance, it should have no problem gaining value over time versus the dollar. Okay, it should have no problem doing that. Here, at $3.02, it's still a blessing, even just above $3. Very, very low price before this next massive pump. But hold up now, guys. I think that before we move up, we might have a little bit lower to go. It's very possible that this is the low. And before we get started, I do want to make two things clear. One, I do think we go lower. Yes, even lower than this low. But number two, if and when we move up higher, I'm not going to be surprised at all that we see new all-time highs, right? Like if me calling for a price that's this low, and then we move up, and instead the price just does this. If you want to laugh at me and say, haha, you were wrong, okay, I guess I was wrong about this bit, but I'm gonna be right about the rest of it. We're still going up. We still have dramatically higher prices to go to, all the way up at $13 to $16, $17, right? Probably by the end of August, if not sometime in September. That's the expectation. Probably sometime in September at this rate. But let's get into the short-term stuff, and then we'll zoom back out. Okay, looking at the 1 hour time frame. The RSI, to me here, looks very weak. Rejecting the overbought zone, getting oversold numerous amount of times there. Typically, when you get this deep in the oversold zone, you do get multiple readings, and you will likely see a higher low in the RSI with a lower low in the price. A lower low in the price, doesn't necessarily have to be a lower low than these wicks here, just a lower low on a closing basis here, something again below $3. So there's the bright side. I think that we will go below $3 again. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, just saying I think we do. We're only at $3.01 now, though, so that's not too dramatic. You do have bullish divergence on the stochastics, but you're up at the 50 area. This is an area where you like to reject, so maybe you do. MACD just crossed the 0, but it is the 1 hour time frame, so it's not that significant. However, that could imply that we have lower prices to go, okay? 4 hour time frame might help us determine where those lower prices could be. If we're looking at this for what it is, XRP is absolutely in an uptrend overall, but we are correcting within that uptrend. Typically, corrections have 1, 2, 3 legs, and the third leg is normally just as big as the first leg, if not bigger, right? So that's not big enough. I think that we have more to go. How low are we going to go? From a low to a high, the expectation would be something between about, what the heck just happened there? The expectation would be something between about 286 to 275, right? That's the target area, the 1272 to the 1618 golden ratio. 275, 286, somewhere in that zone. That's where I anticipate XRP will go. 4 hour time frame, it could be today, it could be tomorrow. But typically, whenever you start a month green, I actually made the case out for this with Bitcoin over the past few days. We talked about this even. Expecting August to be a green month implies the beginning of the month should be red. Maybe it's the first day, maybe it's the first couple days, maybe it's the first couple weeks. We don't know. And XRP could go lower than this. Maybe we go to 260, something like that. We find support at the base of this range. I doubt we go below those lows. And I really even doubt that we go below 275. But if we were to go all the way down here, look at that, right? Prior resistance right here, right at that area. We could back test that for support. It's fine. So even if XRP goes below 260, 265, who cares? It's not a problem. It's a better opportunity to buy, and it's probably the last opportunity you'll have to buy XRP on the cheap before we start to rip, okay? 4 hour time frame here. In all honesty, the RSI looks bad. Looks like it wants to go lower, so lower. Stochastics, kind of confusing. I suppose they look good enough, but let's see how this 4 hour time frame and the next 4 hour time frame closes. If you keep getting red 4 hours, it'll actually look worse than it does now. So, and you're looking like the slower oscillator wants to move down to the oversold zone. So I would be bearish. MACD looks bearish as well. So all three of these are bearish. The price action is the only thing that looks bullish because of this wick, but even that can get eaten up. I mean, how bullish was this wick here on that candle, and then inevitably you still went down? So maybe we consolidate for a day or two, and then we start to move lower. But again, building out the case that, August has just started. Typically, if you have a green month, you expect a red beginning, and then you reverse that going into later parts of the month, or at least after the drop. And also, 1, 2, 3-legged correction might imply that we have lower to go. The fact that we just went below this low would actually imply that we have lower to go, but time will tell. We'll see. Doesn't have to happen. It's just my expectation. Let's see. Daily time frame here. I like where the RSI is. You could bounce from here. You've bounced from here before. You found support here before. But you absolutely could go lower. Maybe you bounce at the 40. Maybe even go to the oversold zone. Something lower wouldn't be too crazy, right? If we're looking at this from a relative low here, let's say, to a relative high here, going to the 382 should be something that's fairly normal, not crazy at all. $2.85. That should sound familiar because from a low to a high here, the 1272 is right there. Sometimes you even do, oftentimes enough, you even do go below the 382, just below it. So maybe we go right below that 1414, right to that 1414 at about 280. Something between 286 to 280 definitely seems appropriate for XRP. And I would expect, personally, that we would see this within the next day or so. I don't think this drop's going to be long-lived, and I actually very much do expect that August is going to be a fantastic month, you guys. Absolutely fantastic. But first, a little bit lower to go. So inevitably, again, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, regardless of what happens, whether we pump immediately from here and I'm wrong, or we dump and then we pump from here and I'm right, who cares? We're going to the same target destination either way, right? I would find it absolutely hilarious if instead of dumping first this little bit, we pumped, and then someone had, like trolls had the audacity to laugh at me all the way up here. Haha, remember when you were bearish at the low? Yeah, but I'm not bearish, right? Calling for a slightly lower low is not bearish. We have been bullish this whole time to this target area. So yes, if I'm wrong about this little drop, who cares? And again, the main point being, this is insignificant compared to what's coming. If you want to buy XRP, here we are at $3 right now. Don't let me stop you. Right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Let it go to 260. You could have bought at lower prices. Okay, cool. But the thing is, 260 is not promised. 280 is not promised. 285 is not promised. Lower prices are not promised. This price is, and inevitably, what we do know, we don't know exactly where it's going to go, but I believe it's going to be $13 to $16. But even that's not promised. But what I can tell you with a very high degree of certainty is that you didn't spend multiple cycles consolidating. You didn't spend over half a year here consolidating to just finally break out and see new all-time highs for 1 week, break out for 2 weeks total, and then it's over. Right? That just seems ridiculous. So let it go lower. Who cares how low it goes? You have higher to go. And it's likely going to be a significant amount because, again, you didn't spend all this time consolidating just to stop here. That's ridiculous, especially with all the bullish narratives that are going on for crypto and for XRP specifically. So I got nothing else, guys. I'm done talking about it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.